What's going on YouTube? Sorry for the delay on another episode. Bandicam was being rude to me, and it kept crashing every time I tried to record. But we're going to be working on weapons once again, and this is going to help us with the UI and anything that we're trying to do. Now, this is going to be in part, we're going to pretend that we're going to do other things besides swords in this game, and we probably will. So we'll probably be doing different things, like maybe different kinds of maybe guns, maybe bows or arrows, different things that aren't just swords and shields. So we're gonna have to do some stuff. We're gonna create base. We're gonna create base blueprints. So there's multiple ways we can do this. We can the way I'm going to do it is we're gonna make a simple actor. We could make something like a weapon, but that stuff is kind of already built for us. But we're gonna make our own. So we're just gonna do a simple actor, and we're gonna call it base weapon. Um, this is going to be the base for anything that we do. Um, Pretty much, we could have this as a base for. Actually, we're going to do swords. We're gonna do each individual thing. I remember that we're gonna need that to do that. So this will be base sword, and we can add other ones, but we'll just do swords right now. And we'll have to recreate this as a child of that. But let's open this up and do what we want. So anything that we already have over here, say you guys already did stuff over here that you want done as a sword, you want that done over here. So pretty much what we're gonna have is the basic things that we want to have. So we're gonna do like damage, um, mesh, because that's gonna be changed, and we want that to be a mesh. I think we can just do. I think we need skeletal mesh, because a lot of our stuff for Infinity Blade are in fact skeletal. Yep, they're skeletal. Okay, so we are gonna need skeletal on that. If you have static stuff, make two. Make one that's skeletal and one that's static if you have stuff that you may be switching between. Or just re-import the static as a skeletal and you can make everything skeletal. So, on here, what else do we have? We've got a capsule for collision, and then we have an image. Now, we're gonna want to make that. So, inventory icon. That's what we'll call it. I probably spelled inventory wrong, so I always spell it with two I's and not an I and an E. And this will be a 2D texture. If you have materials that you're using, do that. Once again, do whatever you need to conform to what you're doing. Just you do you. We'll have that. The mesh we could do some replication on that. Damage, we'll want that replicated. This will also be a float. Don't I don't want to forget that. That'll be a float. We will have let's see. We will want a skeletal mesh here called sword. We'll have a capsule collision. And we could probably change that per what your stuff is. if you wanted to. Now, the thing I don't like about skeletals is you can't put a collision on here, which that's what I like about statics is you can do some really nice convex collisions that conform to the mesh very well. Um, but it is a night. But the good thing about this is it has the sockets, and you can mess around with the bones and everything if you want. And I don't know, it's a give and take for me. It kind of just depends on what you're doing. The only thing I don't like about these swords is they're all very low poly, but it's fine. What RPG isn't low poly? I mean, come on. Anyways, if we go, we don't really need that specific sword open. Now this, search for help. Now this has fingerprints. I just noticed that. That is awesome. Now this, every sword's gonna have its own collision. So, I say you don't necessarily have to have that. Um, I'm thinking about, how about we just use the on component hit for this, or begin overlap, because that will allow for the better collisions, I believe. I don't know. We'll just have to see what goes on. Honestly, I mean, we could create a static mesh off of this, I think. We could re-import it as a static mesh if you wanted to do that for each one, so we have better convex collisions. I might do that. I'm not sure though. We'll just I'm not sure. I'll just have to see. It'll go on once I figure out what I want to do with collisions. Um, this for the collision though, you'll have to set that per what your mesh is in the commands. So you can mess with the, let's see, um, yeah, you could probably mess with those sizes and stuff, if we made a child actor. So I don't think I have, I don't have any blueprints in here. So that's what we'll want for that. Let's demonstrate how we'll do a child for it though. So let's create a child blueprint, and base, we'll do finder sword. Yeah, finger sword. There we go. Um, Now, what you do is, since you can just mess with the defaults over here, you don't have to mess with, since it doesn't transfer over the variables, you mess with everything that's over here in the defaults. So, mesh, we would of course do finger blade, and then I'm assuming it would, I'm forgetting that you'll, in not the, yeah, in the event graph, you'll want to tick. You'll just want to immediately set. Well, I want to sequence it because I sequence all of my ticks. You'll want to set sword mesh, set skeletal mesh for sword, and the new mesh will be whatever our mesh is there. That looks good. And then I want to just collapse that into a node. Collapse nodes and set sword mesh. Just keep everything organized, unlike the FPS series. Sorry. um, so now it won't necessarily show up in there, but if I restart it, it might. We'll just have to see. Yeah, it's not gonna. But that's cool. That's cool. If we do, or if we do finger, Yeah, it'll do it right there, but if I hop over here, oh, it's not. Anyways, you can set it to whatever you want on this side, but you'll still set the whoa, set whatever the mesh is through the defaults here. So if we use, so that's how we would on our character on player on our player instead of having um, oh, please don't freeze up on me. Um, there we go. Instead of having, let me save everything. You know, just like see, right now we're using a class of fingersword, but we would actually be what we would want is a class of not our fingersword, but we would want a class of our base sword, and then change variable type. Now, oh no, we want base sword class, and we'd hook that up. But now, since we're the base sword class, it's gonna be weapon one, but it's gonna be finger underscore blah, blah. Why is it finger underscore sword? Yep. Right. That's what we're gonna get. Alright, so we're not gonna, it's not gonna be that anymore, it's gonna be sword. Default root scene. To that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. So it's still gonna be weapon one, but when we call base, it's gonna be our base sword or a finger sword. So I had to compile. So we can still have our base sword. Like if we just want for some reason to do whatever our default is, I mean you could do that, but you would most likely want to use the child classes. So we would have finger sword, and then let's try it out. I hope this is good. We open that up and man, why does my inventory system suck so bad? Oh, that's why. Oh, because I'm using tab as a button. That's why, because I'm using tab. That's, that would do it. Okay, so the reason, the reason that's messing up is because I'm using tab, so I don't want to use that tab anymore. I think I'm going to use like Q or I, and my phone just went off, and I really should check that, because that could be very important, and I've got two phones, and I don't know where, there it is. It's like, I've got two of the same phone, and I don't know where it is, which one I'm looking for. I don't know which one just went off, but none of my notifications are showing up. Either way, so, alright, this phone's, he's so glitchy, such a glitch mini, wow. So we'd want to go back to the UI, because I just want to fix this, rebind the key, blueprints, GUI, player inventory, and instead of tab, let's just say, it's not here, it's this. Okay, so instead of tab, let's use Q. Can we use Q? Good. That should be better, hopefully. Well, it's not working now. Huh. It's not working now. I don't know why. That's probably because we're still using, since we're still using actor and we're using our old actor, we don't have the class set here. That would do it. Psh. Still, we would want to change this over to base weapon and get our We'll do more complex stuff. We'll fix it all. I'll because I've got it all planned out much better. There we go. So we're back into the swing of things. Get it? Ba-doom. Haha. Okay, sorry, I had to take advantage. That was hilarious. Um, but yeah, don't point any fingers here. But we all know who's swinging. Anyways, that was bad. That was a bad joke. I'm really angry about the animations. I really would like that. The heck is wrong with? Okay, I really hope you can't hear my dad, but he's interrupting my recording very loudly and Asianly. Wow. Okay, so yeah. So that's how we would do our stuff and things. Let's create another child. Child. Let's do another one, and we'll do not caps lock. Death sword. I always say sword. I enunciate the W's instead of just sword. I say sword. It's a sword. I don't know how many people that irritates, but if it irritates you, tell me because I don't like people being irritated. Let's find what skeletal mesh we're gonna use for a death sword. We can leave that. We don't need that. We'll keep the base one up. Dang it. Let's go to our infinity blades. Not maps. We want weapons. Let's do herm. Let's do blades. We'll do swords. What's the dragon sword? The dragon sword looks dope. We'll do this. We'll do dragon. And compile that sucker up. And we won't see it. I just want to see if we don't set that to anything. Because on the other one, on our finger sword, we did set that. But if we don't set that to anything, I wonder if our class defaults will do it for us. Which it should. It should, mind you, because we have that all set up. So yeah, let's check it out. If we go, we should have kept our UI open now that I think about it, because we need to change. We don't have it perfect where we can just tell immediately, oh, what weapon do we want? So we gotta do this. I'm really working on that. So I'm trying to get a better UI going here. Um, Plus the image isn't even showing up, so let's. Yes, that works. That works perfectly. So, yeah, that works great. So, I'm very satisfied with that. That works great. So that's how we're gonna start with our weapons and our weapon changing. So now let's get into shields real quick. We'll start with shields because we'll get into blocking here soon with some animations with right click as our block most likely. So let's go and create. I want this in a folder, so let's create a folder. Swords. Move there. I'm gonna keep much. I'm gonna try to stay more organized. And shields. So once again, we're gonna create a new blueprint, and that's an actor, and we're gonna call it base shield, because why not? And we're gonna pretty much do everything we did over here, except we're gonna change. We're gonna have to add a a socket to our skeleton. So let's open him up, and let's go to him, and we'll have to add a shield socket. So here you can see the shield joint was attached to the left hand pinky. It looks like. I'm guessing. No, it was attached to the left hand thumb one or left hand. I'm thinking. Yeah, it was attached to left hand. So we'll on our left hand we'll have to create a socket. Um, let's see, add a socket called shield. I always spell shield wrong, even though I love Marvel. I might want to go back to my blueprints. I want to collapse all that crap. Let's go to shields and rename that because it's probably gonna irritate a lot of people. It never irritates me because that's how I've always spelled shield. It's really bad because I'm supposed to be. I forgot the H. Wow, I'm good. I'm good, aren't I, guys? Like, you would not even know that I took an English. Like, you would think I went to college for English. Actually, you would know I took English classes. Yeah, you would. Can I do a shield? If I spell it right, I can. Let's do Cave War Spoils. Okay, it's good. It's good. It's good. Let's do some turn into that socket. So let's put them into an animation with yep, that's the blocking animation. So we'll rotate it around so that way we're nice and I would you know what I would like? I would like for my things to pop up my okay, that's not right. I don't like that. Dang. How do I do? I okay. So that one guy said in place animations, but I can't do anything. You're gonna have to tell me how to do in place animations because I don't know how to. Gosh, that's really bad. Anyways, let's just go back to the sword and shield and let's change. All right, so here's him blocking. That's a really pointy shield. I'm just stating. I want to fix the because it has like the actual arm things. So I feel like if we fix that on this side, oh wow, I actually got it pretty darn accurate. It's not going to be 100% because, you know, they're not exactly made for this mesh and this aim set. Pff, I'm killy. Why did my speed go back up? Speed. I'm talking about visual speed, not drugs, bruh. Not drugs. Quit thinking like that. No, that was good the way it was. I also want to unlock rotation. Please. There we go. So, where's my problem? This side. Can I also pause my that? Thank you. That actually looks pretty good. That looks legit. I like that. It's not 100% on this side, but I don't know how much. Unless we do first person, we're not really gonna. Cause like, whoa, whoa. That's those some nice eyeballs and a nice grill down there. Did they actually rig the face for expressions and stuff? They no, they didn't. No, I don't think they did. Nice eyeballs though. I wanted to compliment you. Some nice eyeballs. Anyways, if we do first person, I could add that element if everyone wants me to. But that, I mean, that'd be really realistic, like having the shield go right up in front of you. Because all the other games, you see the shield kind of pulling one of these, like it comes up to here, but then you get like full coverage. But I feel like if we did like a true first person camera, like I have in all my other games, yeah, totally, that'd be really cool. So this could be pretty cool if we do first person. I don't know, we'll see. But I like that. So we'll have a shield. We won't implement animations right in this episode, but we will have a shield. So let's just let's go and do let's add a custom custom event called shield one attach. I know I spelled attach up here, but I'm just not going to fix it because I'm lazy. So we're going to copy this and then just change that to shield, and then change this to shield 1, and that will be base shield class. Remember, we're doing the class, and then we'll also have to make the shield, but let's do in socket shield. Okay, and snap target including scale. Everything there looks good. Here we're going to comment that as attach shield. Wow, I am good at spelling. I am like a genius at spelling, aren't I, guys? You didn't even know. So here's where we get to actually make our shield. So we can close that out. We can we could do the same thing. Just copy. If you want to do an inventory for doing the shield, just get the second button. So mine is 127, so obviously the second button would be 203. Just get the second button and pretty much do the same thing we did here, except have that shield 1 attached and have that set shield 1 to whatever. So we'll go, we don't need that anymore. I want to save everything up just because crashes do happen, especially to me. So we'll, I don't know about anyone else, but I know they happen. So we'll do, shield basic. So that will, in this, we'll actually have to do everything we've done before. So, damage reduction, and I'll show you how to do the whole shield thing, from what I know. If you want to still kind of take damage from the shield, and then we'll do, mesh, I can spell, jeez, and then that will be a skeletal, I think. What is our, I should have left that open. What is our shield? It is actually a static. So if you, we're gonna have to switch back and forth between skeletal and static. We'll still do both. It's whatever. So that's going to have to be static mesh actor. Not actor. We'll just want static mesh. Okay. Compile that, and we'll do static. That's ironic. It already has shield. It already just has that there, but we don't want that. We want to clear that because this is going to be whatever. And then of course on our tick, set shield, I can't spell, mesh, set static mesh shield to, I'm not going to sequence it just because I'm lazy. Alright, do that. And then I think that's all we need. We don't need a collision or anything, not right now, because it's a static mesh and it has its own collisions. And the way we're going to do collisions is it's going to have probably a really bad, oh, it doesn't even have a collision. That's cool, because we're going to auto convex and perfect accuracy, maximum. We're going to save everything up right here. I'm going to pause the recording, I'm going to apply, and then we're going to do all that jazz. Okay, so it did not want to generate collision. For some reason, sometimes, for some reason, it will want to generate an auto-convex collision sometimes, but right now, this is the best that I can do. Sadly, it's like really bad, but I mean, like I said, that's the best I can do. So, I mean, I guess I could, oh, wait, you don't auto collision after you do that, do you? Do you apply an auto collision that? I guess not. I don't know. It's just not wanting to do that. It's really whatever, because regardless, I mean, we could layer collisions on collisions, and that's not going to make a better collision, let's be honest. But that's, I mean, that's the best I can do. So just do the best collision you can do. If you get it to do a collision, sweet, but I can't get it to anyways. So also for some reason it it wants us to do that. It wants us to do a material, not a texture. There's textures that come with it, but would have to convert it to a material, and I'm lazy. I'm just don't feel like doing that right now. Anyways, let's do that, and then we'll create a the basic shield. Where's our basic shield? I don't know where it's at. I'm gonna click on shields. Anyways, the mesh is going to be shield to that, and play. And why are we not getting that done? Oh, right, because we never called shield 1 on here, so shield 1 attach, we'll just do that, compile it, and we'll automatically have a shield, right? No, why? Well, we've got our death sword. Let's find out why we don't have a shield, because he's in the position that he wants to hold a shield. Let's find out why he's not holding oh wait, hold up. I want to check something. So when we spawn in, we've got 32 actors. When we spawn our sword, we have 33 actors. Before, we always had 32 actors, so that means the shield isn't even spawning in, which is a problem amongst somewhere in here. Yep. Wait. Why did it do base spell? We need base shield class. That's, yeah. Something happened there. And then we do shield basic. And then we delete that because that no longer applies, and then we connect that because it's still default root scene. Because they're goobers. They're just goobers, man. Okay, yay, we have our shield now. Whoa, collisions want to be... We can't go forward because of the shield. We just simply can't go forward because of the shield and its collisions. No, really. How do we fix that? Well, we go to base shield, we go to that, and we, on its collisions, where are we? Okay, block all dynamic. Oh, we forgot to do our custom stuff. So we're gonna have to create a custom one. Right now, we'll just do overlap all, but we'll need to create some custom channels so that way, as a player, we're ignored for the shields. As a player, we're ignored because really, we're not going to be walking into shields. We're just going to be walking into the collision of the other player, and the shield will most likely be in their collision. But what the collision will collide with will be anything like bullets, arrows, swords, anything like that, and that's what will determine uh, uh, not getting hit. Not is by the shield will block weapons, not actual players, because the players will just be blocked by that. Or what you can do is have the collision ignore your parent, like get owning actor, Because if I tried to do that, it would do something else. Because on base shield right now, its parent class is actually the actor, but its owner, like, if I try and get owner, it's gonna just be like, well, what are we trying to get the owner of? And then it's just gonna, kind of give us. If I tried to get the owner of the shield, it would just give us base shield or default root scene. Um, or yeah, that's what the return value would be. So that doesn't exactly work, but that's pretty much what we're gonna have for shields and stuff right now. Other than that, we're gonna just real quick over here in project settings, go to collisions, and we'll add some channels here. We won't add presets because I don't really care about that right now, but we'll add player will be by default block. We'll have air. Probably spelling that wrong. I don't know. Sword, shield. I can spell. Um, and then um, I don't know. I think that's what all we'll have right now. We'll add stuff as the time goes on. As time goes by, that's a good TV show. I'm sorry, I hang out with a lot of old people, so I like old people TV shows. Get them classics going. All right, so we're gonna save that up, and that should be good. And we'll mess around with collisions and whatnot later. But basically, how you would set up the whole thing to still have collisions on our sword is let's go or on our shield. So let's go to shield, and we will have on this. We'll set. Oh my gosh, Clash of Clans. Would you set up? We'll do block all. Um, except no, we'll do custom. We will overlap players, right? And the swords and shields, all that crap, we'll block. But on our player, on our dude player, bro, on his collision, um, go to custom, or dang it, go back to pawn because that's what it originally is. Then go to custom. So this is what it normally is for pawn. Well, instead of pawn, have him be a player because pawn's kind of a general description. Um, and once again, he can overlap with shields. So we don't need to worry about that. You can do the same thing with your mesh. It'll say character mesh, but if you go to custom, make him a player since he is actually a player, and then he can ignore shields. Swords and that he can overlap with because that's how he'll probably take damage. Um, and then see now we have no problem. Oh, oh, oh. Are we doing that because wait, why? That that could prove to be a problem, dude. Um, you can ignore cameras. You can ignore cameras. You can ignore cameras and visibility. I think now we're good. Yep, I'm cool. I'm a cool dude. Alright, so that's how we got that to work, and I'm sorry for animations. This is really the best I could do. I had trouble finding animations in the first place just to find like sword and shield anim sets that I didn't have to buy. So, you know what? I'm happy with what I'm not I'm getting what I'm getting and I'm not throwing a fit. It's not perfect and I don't really like it, but the best part is to me is it looks like it matches up kind of well with the speed. The default speed matches up pretty well with his animation running and I like that a lot. So that is one thing that I very much am happy with because on my FPS series it does not match up the default. We'll probably make some locomotions and mess around with animations. If you guys can help me with those, that would be awesome. But that'll be all for this episode. I really hope you guys did enjoy. If you have any requests or other stuff, please quit asking for multiplayer on all of my series. I have a very difficult time with multiplayer. So if you guys want multiplayer, give me stuff that you guys think will work or that, just throw stuff at me. as help, not as I want multiplayer, but as this might help you do multiplayer, because I suck at it. I've tried it many times. I couldn't even get multiplayer to work in Unity. I mean, this is the best thing. You want multiplayer? Okay. You happy? You guys happy? I hope you're happy, cause animations aren't replicating. I hope you're happy. This is the best thing I can do with multiplayer, alright? The only animations that are replicating are the running ones, and I don't know why nothing else is animating. Um, okay. Once again, there's multiplayer, and I can't fix the UI. That's just out of my control. I'm not good with UI. This is the best thing I can do. Alright, see you guys in the next